Hi, I'm Nate with Average Jack Archery Pro Shopping Range here in Phillipsburg, PA, and today we have a first look at the new Athens AXXIS, which is new for 2024. So the AXXIS lineup is going to replace the Vista lineup that we've seen for 2023. So we have a 31, a 33, 35-inch axle-to-axle models, and then they have the Veil, which replaces the Peak, which is still a 38-inch axle-to-axle model. The 31 through the 35 is going to have a 7-inch brace height and, of course, the appropriate axle-to-axle lengths. The Peak, or now the new Avail, is going to have a 7.5-inch brace height at 38 inches axle-to-axle. All of them are now, with the exception of the Avail, are going to come with the grip that we saw on the Elevate for 2023. So this is a overmolded grip here that's part of the riser. You cannot remove it and shoot off the riser. I mean, you probably could. It would just be very uncomfortable because it is machined underneath to receive that grip. So that will be on the 31, 33, and 35. It was a very popular asset that they added to the Elevate in 2023, so I'm excited to see it here on their new hunting bows. They made the riser thicker, so actually the dimension of the riser is thicker, which made it stiffer. Did add a touch bit more weight, but they were able to machine out inside. It actually offers the grip to be a little bit wider, and I actually like that. The Vista wasn't a bad grip, and the Elevate wasn't a bad grip by any stretch of the imagination. I like a thin, flat back grip, which is what those bows offered, but being just a little bit more meat in the hand, I think allows for a wider variety of shooters that come from other brands of the past, or maybe who are trying to bow it for the first time. Doesn't feel as thin. I really do like that. You have two stabilizer bushings here, just like you did on the Elevate. That'll be on the 33 and 35, might be on the 31, don't quote me on that. We still have the integrate rest option here. This has the brand new QAD IM2 rest on it, but anything that has from QAD, that like the R2 or the original IMX or any other style of integrate rest, can go on the back there. Also, we'll have a Picatinny sight mount option. The block is removed here, so I can mount a direct mount option. You can do either or. The cam system is still built off of the very popular RTX cam system that Athens has now had for many years, and it still has the module style that we saw last year, which allows for 70 to 90% let off, as well as that rotating module for all of their boats. So huge draw length range and huge draw weight range in terms of its let off, 70 to 90%. There will still be a mod 1 and mod 2 depending on where you fit in that draw length. So if you're on the shorter, you'll probably need a mod 2, which, you know, on the 33 will cover, you know, probably in that 26 to 28 range, and then the 28 to 31.5 will be covered here on the number 1 module. What is the most unique thing, however, of the cam system and the limb system is now these giant red things here on the end, which is basically now Athens has developed their own shimless tuning system right here. Involves 2 Allen keys and the ability to just turn them, and you can tune the bow right on the shooting line. So this is very different, or I should say very similar to like the Bowtech deadlock system, and it allows you to basically move that cam left to right on the axle, no bow press required. So I took this bow, it's set at 31 inches and 70 pounds, and I usually shoot a 300 spine arrow. So this is a 300 spine Sirius Supernova. It's cut to 31 inches, standard 12 grain insert, 125 grain broadhead, and I was getting a knock right tear. So I loosened up the set screw that was here in the back, stuck that 1/4 inch Allen key inside the red cup there of the Accu-Tune, and moved the cams to the right, both top and bottom, reseated the set screw, and I shot a bullet hole in less than half a dozen shots. So that's a pretty slick system. Like I said, it's very similar to Bowtech, although they have their own patent on this technology. It's part of the limb, it's not exterior to the limb like the Bowtech system. So this is unique for Athens and how their cam is built. The axle is beefier to allow this carriage system of the cam to operate, so it works out really cleanly. I was very impressed with it. As someone who has shimmed my fair share of bows, Matthews top hats, the older Athens of the past, PSEs and Hoyts, it's nice to have this kind of technology on a bow like this. It makes it very user accessible and very user friendly, and allows you to tune a variety of different arrows, 27s, 23s, 22s, hunting arrows, go down to a 166 micro diameter, all sorts of different point weights, spines. It really allows that shooter then to have the complete control of that arrow system. We're still getting gas high octane strings right out of the factory, so that's fantastic. That's some of the best strings on the market. Still has their roller guard system that you can tune in and out for fletching clearance. Can maybe help a little bit with cam lean as well, although realistically with the Accu-Tune system up here, that has really eliminated that. Overall, it's a fantastic bow platform for what they're offering. So we got an arrow here in about the 380 some odd grains. We'll put full numbers up here on the screen. So this is at 3170, so it's gonna be pretty snappy. But let's see what we actually get for numbers here. .314. All right, about 448, which is pretty indicative of a normal hunting arrow for a particular guy at my size. .292, that's still pretty quick. Then we'll do 571, which is definitely up on the upper end. .264, so that's not too bad. My guess is that if you put up to like 700 grains, you're probably going 230s, 220s there. So yeah, in terms of, I mean, granted, it's at 31 inches, 70 pounds, so it's definitely a little bit quicker. But even for a 7-inch brace height bow, and we don't see very many hunting bows that are 7 inches in brace height, not as a flagship model anyway. So we're definitely still getting pretty decent speeds out of the RTX cam for 2024. It's got really good speeds for a 7-inch brace height bow. Like I said, this is a 33-inch option. I mean, I have no complaints about my Vista 35 that I've shot in the past. I think it's a really good overall platform. I think the 33 on this system with a 7-inch brace height, I think this is going to be the meat and potatoes for a lot of people that want a really solid hunting bow platform. Maybe have a crossover bow they can take into 3D. But yeah, I really think it's going to be the bee's knees in a lot of different ways. Let's go through the draw cycle here. Which, you know, of course, is very user specific really at the end of the day. But being built off of the RTX cam system, it's going to be very smooth. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Very linear pull. It's got that little bit of hump in the back to get to that 90%. That's what these modules are currently set at. And then, of course, I'm 31 inches, so that's definitely the meat really far into the cam. Let's take a shot. Definitely very little vibration. You know, this is just a standard 10-inch red line stabilizer here. Nothing expensive. And the target's very loud because it's only about 6 to 8 feet away here. So realistically, for an overall hunting bow platform, I have zero complaints from Athens. I'm very excited to see what this new Accu-Tune system has to offer for people as it comes out. We've seen stuff from Bowtech, we've seen stuff from Elite of the past that allows this pressless tuning system. I'm really hoping that Athens can continue to make a splash with it. I think it's going to be a good system for everybody, whether you're shooting the 31 all the way up to the 38. So that's all for this video. If you have any questions on the new Athens AXXIS or the Veil, the 38-inch option, please do reach out to us at averagejackArchery@gmail.com. You can come down into the store once we get these in stock, and you can test drive one for yourself here at 21 North Front Street in Phillipsburg, PA. You can also reach out to us if you have questions over at our website, which is averagejackArchery.com. I hope you're able to get outside, enjoy the sport of archery hunting if you so choose. Definitely enjoy God's beautiful creation, and we'll get to see you next time.